What's good, chat? We're back with streams. I want to start going live again, and preferably during lunch macro. That's when I'm gonna go live, 11:30 to 1:30. But forgive me today because I fell asleep. I fell asleep during that time. I took a fat nap and I missed absolutely nothing. So from now on, I'm gonna be live during lunch macro, at least trying to be every day. That gives me time to trade the AM session comfortably, um, kind of review any trades that I might have taken, and also to possibly engage in any trades if I haven't already. Because lunch macro is um, one of those times that I really love to trade. It's an easy time for me to trade personally. Lunch and PM session are the easiest times to trade. Because you already have every London in AM session behind you. It's just where's the smooth edge, where's the fair value gap. So I'm a little disorganized with all my charts. I'm not gonna lie. Today I was looking for this chart. I created this chart and I was looking for this for a minute. So I just want to open this chart. We still have smooth overnight liquidity here. The reason why it hasn't been taken yet, in my opinion, is just because there's not a clear inefficiency below price. If this was like a clear 15-minute, 5-minute fair value gap, then I think that this would have been taken. I mean, we have a 5-minute fair value gap, but other than that, I mean, it's not clear, and there's no 15-minute fair value gap. I do want to go to the daily chart here. I want to look at this daily chart. This is intraday low. Those smooth lows, that's intraday low. Then we have this old daily BISI that we're back within, and then we have this daily wick that we worked within here. I wanna measure this real quick. It's kind of giving you the same quadrants. I just want to get constant encroachment then, so I don't have all this stuff. Notice how we hit upper quadrant of this wick, trading back into the range. And notice how we use that wick constant encroachment here beautifully. This is the 5-minute chart right here. Also notice how we used this BISI constant encroachment, that news fair value gap. News takes us up into premium, and okay, I know where this chart is. It's this. Okay, so this is kind of what I was looking at this morning. Is we have this 1 hour SIBI that I got quadrants of. Notice how we used the high of that there in the future, or in the past, August 14th. Also have this changes stated delivery right there. We used the high of that there, and then look at this on the 1 hour chart. This is beautiful. This is looking kind of problematic for me. In my trading for the rest of the week. Not problematic, but it could go either way for me. Either we could come down all the way and sweep these lows here, or we could just continue higher here from new day opening gap. And for me, I mean, I prefer to see higher prices just because we've been bullish this week, but we are above weekly open. We haven't really delivered into new week opening gap. There's no like super clear, like, for me, this is, yes, this can get traded back into this 1 hour BISI and these smooth lows, but it doesn't seem right, you know. Like, usually I like to see more time in between this low smooth edge getting created. So I mean, time will tell. Tomorrow is CPI, so obviously you got to wait for what news does first and then trade based on that. But I was looking at just buy side levels. We traded into this target, failed to reach this high because of this 1 hour SIBI. And where's Monday? Kind of an uninteresting week so far. Very nothing's happened this week. Like, really. We've just been high resistance liquidity run. No clear displacement on the week. No clear directional move. No clear directional bias that is easily able to be framed. So that's why we're getting some high resistance liquidity runs this week. Monday, very high resistance. Monday I didn't trade. Tuesday I ended up taking I think a loss yesterday. And today ended up having a good trade. Now so I'll use this 5-minute Cibi at 9:30. Trading lower, so I want to see these lows get traded into a little deeper here. That's kind of what I'm looking for right now. This is kind of a shallow raid, and then we have this 5-minute order flow. Does look good here. I don't like how we're kind of, we barely took sell side. Now we're retracing and spending a little bit of time here. We should start to drop here. See the 1-minute chart? Where's that first presented? Just gonna load up paper trading. I'm probably not gonna take a trade here, but I mainly just want to tape read. But I might possibly take a little paper entry. We have smooth eyes as well from the 5 minutes to be. Five-minute Cibi, 5-minute inversion for value gap, lining up right there, and then trading a little lower. What do you think about Euro GBP? Hey, I'll look at it in a minute. All right, here we go. I'm trying to log into my account. All right, so here's the trade I took this morning, and I was trading based off of this one, the news inversion fair value gap. That's where I entered. I entered at that high, the high of this inversion fair value gap right here, and I'm looking for this lower 15-minute fair value gap. We have first presented fair value gap here. Very small. I mean, you could call it the 931 first presented fair value gap. I want ICT to talk more about that. That's one thing that I'm hoping he goes more in depth on in the 2025 mentorship, is talking about first presented fair value gap. If it's, when is it 9:30? I mean, he said if there's high impact news at 8:30, but I think I would classify this as a first presented fair value gap because it's very, you can't ignore this fair value gap. And these are 15-minute fair value gaps that I have marked. Notice how we're not really seeking this liquidity. We're seeking the inefficiencies. That's why having these 15-minute fair value gaps is pretty beneficial most of the time, because especially in a week like this week where we're not really seeking liquidity, we're not really in a trending environment. Okay. That's how we're using the first presented PM session fair value gap as a discount array. I'm gonna look at GBP and Euro. I haven't really been looking at these assets at all. Overall, this just looks like we're in a bull market still. I'll expect probably dollar lower, these assets higher. I don't want to try to pick a top here. We have the SIBI. This could be a chance where we reject lower in this weekly SIBI. But if we close above constant curve to this on the weekly basis, then I would be looking for higher. I mean, I don't like this price action. This doesn't look tradable. Oh yeah, 70 euro. Yeah, this is not good price action. I would like to see this support price, and if this fails, then that would tell me. So look at all the wicks in that. Yeah, I don't like that at all. Dollar. Notice how we're just smaller ranges. Like these are months when. This is why I don't really like Forex at all. I mean, Forex is good sometimes. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's good price swings. I used to be like, oh, how would you trade Forex? But I feel like there's always opportunity on always an opportunity on futures. Always opportunities every single day, without a doubt, without a fail, on NQ and ES. I know without a doubt. I can get a setup every single day on NQ and ES. I can't say the same on Euro and GBP. Because like I feel like the setups are more 5-minute, 15-minute time frame type, to where I mean there's less moves and they take longer. I've been studying and I'm gonna live now or pop for him since September 17th. My friend wants me to trade. He gave me his money. Like, dang, your friend gave you $1,000. Since you have work, your model would be 1 shot, 1 kill. Got you. We just rated that high within this fair value gap. That was a 15-minute fair value gap. What do you think is gonna happen in this session on NQ? I mean, it's hard to tell for me. I've already traded today, so I'm looking just to step out of the way, just to study, just to read price action. I would expect to see lower prices, but there's no clear target for me to look for. We have these equal lows here in a deep discount, but I kind of expect these to get saved for CPI. I expect these to be left. I mean, price can definitely trade all the way down there by the end of today, but if that happens, I would love to see that this is part of the AM session and kind of lunch session, so expect to see price maybe free up here for PM session. We have a midnight open range here. That wouldn't. I wouldn't expect to see price go lower than this. Like if I was in a trade, this would definitely be a target for me. It kind of pairs up with this discount fair value gap as well, which is nice. Yeah, see if we start dropping here into the sell side. Maybe a revisit into PM session first presented fair value gap. If it does, I'm not looking for this low right now. I already don't like that. All right, let's see if we want to trade above this high here. And maybe into these. So right now we have a smooth pool of buy side up here. That's definitely possible. And then we have this low here. And now we're kind of just ranging. Like this is not something I want to be in for sure. All right, I want to look at first presented lunch or fair value gap right here. I do want to look at this little price run here. Anytime we have 8:30 news, 9:30 can always just like get out of the gate like this, and I always want to mark any short-term high or short-term low. And here we have these short-term highs, and then we also have this wick constant approach right here. These are kind of the levels that I marked. And also we use this first high here and then reversed. This was where I was looking to kind of enter. And then 9:30 we just spooled. I missed that entry and then I entered here. And still caught the move. Very very high resistance liquidity run conditions. Today this week has been very tough. This week has been very tough already. It's been a very hard week. Price action has not been nice. We have not been in low resistance liquidity run conditions. We haven't been offered just those nice little price runs. So keep that in mind for the rest of the week. That means Thursday and Friday might be freed up. Like the weekly range has really done nothing so far this week. We've been from here to here, very stagnant, back and forth, very choppy. Hourly chart looks like we do want to expand lower here. Notice how we traded up into this SIBI here. So absolutely I want to see price stay heavy here and not want to trade back up above the midpoint of this. For me, there's no real trade. We're already in discount prices. We just hit new day opening gap high currently. Since we're already in discount prices, there's no the time I want to engage. This is kind of like a model. The time I want to engage first presented PM session for value gap or first presented lunch for value gap is when it's just clear and obvious. Those are the times I want to be engaging those first presented lunch or PM session for value gaps. Like this fair value gap's very obvious. So therefore you kind of want to engage this. You enter here. What do you get? 939. You know, a nice little 30 handle price run. Beautiful. Trades back up into it again. So you don't get filled there. You look for fair value gap. Maybe you enter here. Stop above constant course with this wick. And you get definitely 30 handles there. Like right now, it's not obvious. Or, I mean, it is there, but it's not like popping out at you as the first one. So that's why we haven't really used it. And we're not really like, we already colored outside the lines of it there. If we create if I'm bearish and it's 130 right here and 131 creates a fair value gap, that's very clear. That's an entry. That's an entry. That's when you really want to be trading those. But right now, it's already 2. This opening range is already established. And now it's kind of just in that range. Not looking super obvious. So this is maybe a time for, or maybe a day for 350 volatility. 345 market on close. Stuff like that. Okay, let's see if we stay heavy here. Use this 5-minute fair value gap again here. Stay heavy. I want to show that new day opening gap. I think it's here. Yeah, we hit that new day opening gap high perfectly. Now we want to see it just run into these lows. Ugh. This is today. No, it's yeah, it is. This is today's first presented electronic hours for value gap. I've kind of been stop tracking these, but look how we perfectly using that, and now it looks like we're gonna drop into at least probably here. Even here, like I'd be really squeezing for a 20 handle price run. Like this is just when I don't want to be trading. You know, you're gonna have to work a little bit harder. It's not gonna be as easy given to you. So that's the benefit of trading. You don't have to be in there every single day. You can just get what you get your pound of flesh, and then go on. Not be so obsessed with it. Being obsessed will just tear you down, as I've learned the hard way. You blew your account trading the 839 open. I need a break. I need one good week. Hey, bro, just keep your head up. Like it's all just time. It just takes time, and unfortunately, if it feels longer in the moment, but if you actually just take a deep breath, step away for a day or a week, you know, you kind of just get reset. How old am I? I'm 20. 20 years old. Does anyone else TradingView do this where it just like starts glitching like this? I always have to close it and then reopen it, and then it works. Alright, now I want to see this civvy. At most, this volume bounce, because it aligns with that. Okay, I need to reopen this. Alright, here we go. Now I want to see expansion candles lower here. Yeah, I don't love this candle. Still allowing for this volume bounce to be traded into. That would be my stop would have to be above here probably. First above first presented fair value gap or above this high at least. Nothing to trade here though. As I said, we're already in discount prices. It can do what it wants to do, showing that it's not really clear and obvious of the inefficiencies that we're creating. But we do have an inefficiency right here that we can't ignore with that volume imbalance right there. We want this to be an order block here. We want to trade below this opening price. Notice how we're using a console quotient of a 15-minute fair value gap. That is nice to see. I want to see this really start to trade lower. Into 859. After using that first printed electronic trading hours for a fair value gap. You know what I haven't done in a while? I haven't used this thing in forever. It's crazy. It's giving me some flashbacks. I used to use that a decent amount when I was live. Bro, I gotta use the bathroom. I still can't believe it didn't trade up in that first presented PM session for value gap. Hit constant encroachment though. No, even failed to get to that. Even here, we're getting some just failing to really deliver those nice low resistance liquidity runs. Okay, we want to see this order block send price lower. Okay, sell side hit. Very nice. Notice how we used 15-minute for value gap. We used that turtle soup. Expansion, retracement, expansion, retracement into what? Inefficiency, targeting liquidity. Now let's see if we want to trade down into our best case scenario here. There's A59, which is that minute opening range. Also aligns with the 15-minute, old 15-minute fair value gap. That's where it can go below. I mean, let's just look at price based off. There we go. I'm very curious to see now what we want to do for the rest of the day. If this possibly creates a low of the day, I mean, this is still looks very bullish or very bearish on the 1 hour chart. So I would expect to see even lower prices than this, possibly. You see the magic bullet? No. So I have 21 layouts. That doesn't look like 21 boxes. Look at what we use. Constant encroachment of the 15-minute fair value gap. Whatever lecture that is, where it's like a Twitter video where ICT goes over the 15-minute fair value gaps. That is one of the best. If you do that every single day, if you mark every 15-minute fair value gap, not every single one, but like kind of just the most recent ones that make sense, ones that are in swing high fractals, ones that are in swing low fractals. one that are expanding. If you do that, show up and do that every single day, you'll find some things. Okay, I'm very curious to see if we want to possibly trade in these equal lows. I don't really think we will, but it is possible. But preferably, I like to see a retracement and then consolidation, and then equal highs taken, possibly or left. What's the magic bullet? It's something I made up. It's not actually something. I just wrote magic bullet. What it really is it's a midnight opening range. $8.59. It's a 8.18 midnight opening range, and then it's also aligns with the old 15-minute fair value gap. 8.59. It's just a target for me. How are you? Haven't seen you in a minute. I've been better. I've been better the past month for sure. I've had to get a job, but I mean honestly, bro, it's kind of crazy. Like when you trade full time, I would like if I could go back and I could do anything different in my journey, it would be at least have a part time job while I'm studying. I mean, I can't say I regret anything, but that's something I wish I would have done. I mean, to change your past is to change who you are today. So if I did have a part time job though while I was trading full time, I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at today. Like I studied so much, I studied my ass off. Like every day I would be in there, but then that created some obsession, and then I kind of lost some discipline. But I don't know that whole like the whole time. I mean, I can't say I regret any of it because I was able to really focus on myself, self improve. But then I got weak, and now having a part time job, at least for now, it's just like, okay, this gives me something to just like kind of reset myself. I'm making money. I'm not putting so much emphasis on every single trading day. Trading days are really insignificant, and this is kind of just something that I do after nights. I used to like try to really see what price action's doing overnight. I used to try to study that. I just try to study Asia session, maybe try to trade it, and now it's just like, okay, I'm just going to work, and then I kind of like speeds up things, to be honest. Notice what we used. Lower that for value gap. Are you trading live? I'm trading live, but I already got my trade for the day, so I'm spectating on paper. But I'm not trading the PM section. I'm reading price and watching price. Yesterday, I'm be straight up. I was very surprised that we left these equal lows. I was very surprised. I wasn't even on the charts, thankfully. If I was on the charts, I might have been enticed to go short in here or something, maybe take a short. Yesterday, I'm very glad that I disconnected when I did, and I was not active yesterday because yesterday like could have been a bad day for me. But yeah, we left these equal lows. Hopefully, we leave them for CPI. That's what I want to see. Like I don't want to see this price run go lower, personally. But we obviously are in a sell model here, and like personally, I don't want to see price go lower. Let's study this midnight opening range. Wouldn't that be beautiful if this? Oh, never mind. If that created a low right there. Volume imbalance here. Like personally, my ego wants this to be a low day. My ego does. But I need to drop that. I mean, it's good that I'm not live trading, so I'm kind of just tapering at this point. So it could really do whatever, and I wouldn't really care. It'd be something to study. But yeah, I kind of want to see this be a low day. But we're still in a sell program here. Unless we trade above this, or is that? Unless we trade above this for value gap, I expect to see this low probably taken, but it does look like we are going to trade above that fair value gap. Fif 15-second fair value gap here. We just traded above this high here. Been watching a while, man. Just want to say you're doing amazing. Keep at it, bro. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Just one day at a time. One day at a time. One day at a time. Keep stacking days. There's like a little motivational video. Those like motivational videos for Chris Paul. It's just like keep stacking days. Keep stacking days. And I always think about that. Like that's such a good concept. It's just make your days add up. Make your days add up. Don't make them. Don't destroy the work you put in. Keep on stacking them. Which I mean, you're gonna follow up. You're gonna slip. It's gonna happen. The main thing I've learned is just you can't dwell on it. It is what it is. It's cemented in history. You can only choose what you do forward. How come you don't trade prop firms? I don't know. It's just because I really wish I did trade prop firms. To be honest, I would have saved myself a lot of money. Oh, I would have. I would have truly saved myself a lot of money. Um, I've just always traded live. That's been what I've tried to do. Because like $50 for account reset versus potentially blowing your whole account. I mean that's really in those beginner stages. I wish I was doing prop firms. I really wish I did. I was actually thinking about that like a week ago. Why don't you do prop firms? Personally, now it doesn't really make sense for me because I've discovered more about myself. I would say I'm farther along in my trading. No, it's not busy. Where's price going? It's retracing. I want to see if we want to attack these smooth highs today. I really doubt it. I want to just see consolidation, but this does look pretty bullish here, pretty aggressive. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Just seeing this beautiful tapering. Like this for me as a trader, and just me personally, like it just proves like how much you can get in your own way. I know how to trade. I know where price is gonna go very well. I would say my draw liquidity is very nice. It's very nice. It's gotten so much better, and it's just those when you're in live trade, when you're in a trade, those demons start manifesting, and you start getting FOMO. You start revenge trading, getting back to break even, and those are the aspects that are just very, 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 very toxic. Very, very toxic. That I need to cut out. Okay, we have a 5-minute fair value gap here. We're at the high of that. We just created a 1-minute fair value gap. I'm on 2-minute chart. Okay, I want to see immediate displacement. I want to see price trade below this, close below this fair value gap. Or I mean, we have this 15-second. Close below constant encroachment of this. So we hit constant encroachment of that. Preferably it should start to side swings. I don't really like it. I don't like it right now. This just doesn't look like a fantastic buying opportunity for me. If I were to be trading this. And it's already proven itself that it's probably not. But if this range has a potential breaker, That's a nice reaction right there off of mean threshold. Now I want to see it start to gain some ground higher. First within the PM session, fair value gap partial terminus, which I don't know if this will get traded into. This would also be 917 would be a great target. I mean, for me, it can go either way. This doesn't look grand. I think we could easily come back down and just consolidate here, as we could trade higher. I'd rather see some higher prices though. Look at the 15-minute fair value gap chart. Yo, as a believer in Christ, what are your thoughts on like alien conspiracies? I don't know. I haven't really studied, but I would say I don't really believe in aliens. I simply don't. Personally. Sounds like a Joe Rogan podcast. Alien conspiracies. You should watch the videos, pretty crazy ones about the CIA. Maybe, bro. Where is it? I just don't believe in aliens because like it just doesn't make sense. If there were aliens, we'd probably already be in contact with them. And I don't think God would create another form of life like aliens. It just doesn't really make sense. All right, notice that 15-second busy. Now this is starting to look good. Ah, I missed the fill. Fill me. Okay. I'm just taking a very short little scalp here on paper. I'm closing on this little short paper. I didn't like. We should have displaced from this. We should have displaced from that, in my opinion. I'm probably gonna end stream here. There's nothing else I really love. I mean, I'm obviously looking for a trade into first into PM session for value gap. That was just a little paper stab. Wasn't really trading off of any for value gap. Clear for value gap, but the Bible talks about giants. Never talks about aliens though. All right. Anyways, I'll be back live tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to go live from 11:30 to 1:30. That's kind of the time I want to operate within and be live. But I definitely want to show up every single day, even if it's for a quick review, then it'll be that. But maybe some tape reading, maybe some live trading. I didn't really do kind of just tape read today. Took a very small stab at along on a paper account. That's why, like, sometimes I don't like to give myself an option to paper trade because then it's just like I'm just taking stabs at stuff. But I mean, that's kind of what a paper trade account is for. Um, yeah. Anyways, hopefully y'all have a good rest of your day. God bless. Be safe, bro. Sure will. There are many interpretations about the giants in Genesis. Aren't they in a? Are you talking about the Nephilim? Anyways, hopefully y'all have a good rest of your day.